Ladies and gentlemen, we're back once again. Gamer Time Shows podcast is here, and we are right in the thick of it for our 2021 NFL Draft coverage. We have run across most of the biggest positions in football, but we've got two big hitters on the offensive side left to go. And as you can see right down there, we are going to do the running backs this year in the draft class. My name is Matt, and this is my buddy Big Al. How you doing?
Good, Matty. You got a haircut, fresh for this podcast, got to look good for it. So let's get it underway.
Oh, yeah. Looking fresh, looking clean. I love it. All right. Let's dive into this puppy here. Let's start off with a certain national championship game appearance running back. And that is Trey Sermon of Ohio State. Trey Sermon, 6'1", 215 pounds. The 40 that I found was 4.58. Not the fastest thing in the world, but at 6'1" is pretty tall for a running back, so that's good. He had 870 yards rushing on 7.5 yards per attempt with 4 touchdowns. So, Big Al, what's your take on Trey Sermon?
Well, Matt, coming out of Ohio State, that's a squad that likes to produce a lot of high-end players. So, and he's just their next option. I think he's going to be, I think you said it's like 4.5 or so.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be quicker than that, honestly. Just down the line, I think he's just going to be, on tape, he looks a lot faster than that. But, he's quick and, he has a pretty good size for a running back. And, I believe looks like he doesn't, or I'm sorry, he does block very well when it comes to protecting the quarterback. Like he's one of those, he's like 215, 20 pounds. Like, that's if they need blocking, he can help out in that department. And he actually transferred, Matt. I don't know if you knew that, but he transferred coming from, I believe, Oklahoma.
Yep.
To Ohio State to get more touches. So that's why his stats are pretty well secure this year, and he should be good to go this in the draft.
Yeah. 215 is, I want to say it's a little bit on the low side. So he is kind of a skinnier guy. Not the end of the world. You've got guys who are pretty successful in the NFL who are a little underweight.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean short. First of all, he's not short. But I'm not talking about Alvin Kamara or Christian McCaffrey, because even though those guys are on the shorter side, their weight, they still are bulky enough. This guy, I feel, is a little bit skinny. He may need to add some muscle at the next level, but definitely is capable of doing so. So I think he could be a secret. I'm going to put him towards the bottom of this list. I'm going to actually have him possibly like mid to late third round. What do you think?
That seems fair. I mean, as we get into this more, I think, we're going to see the more popular names of this draft. So, that the third round seems fair to me.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here at Trey Sermon out of Ohio State. We've got to add here real quick. It's funny he's coming from Oklahoma, but interesting transfer there. So let's see what he looks like here.
Saying rap ain't finna get my ass a scholarship. And how come every teacher's motto is music ain't gonna do for you what college did for me. That's the problem there, see baby, I ain't you on me. Tonight I'm gonna party with the people that believe.
Kyler Murray on the move again. They're at the 22-yard line. And Murray hands for Sermon. Around the edge, breaks a tackle. Sermon keeps his balance. He's in. Touchdown, OU. More missed tackles by Iowa State.
4-minute offense that you don't think about when you think about Oklahoma.
Sermon some more. Sermon wants some more. Forget the yards. How about another touchdown? Trey Sermon. And it's an even 50.
Murray gives it to Sermon. Still on the move, Sermon. Breaking tackles down the sideline, dives. Looks like a touchdown for Oklahoma again. First down, Oklahoma, and even more. Sermon, still on the move. Sermon to the corner. Touchdown Sooners, 53 yards. Sermon straight ahead, and the true freshman is loose. Into the end zone, touchdown OU. Sermon on the run. Sermon, big time move. Sermon, smelling it. Touchdown OU. 32 yards.
It is Sermon. Sermon's got the first down and more. Still on his feet. Sermon, touchdown. 34 yards by the true freshman.
First down and goal. Here's Sermon out of the wildcat. Took the snap and scores. Trey Sermon. And bows to the public.
Mayfield, look left, has room, now throws it. Touchdown, Sermon, muscles in the end zone.
Now they'll go to Trey Sermon. He has a cutback lane. Sermon inside the 15. Stays on his feet for the OU touchdown. Trey Sermon is in the game now. They give it to Sermon, crashing into the end zone.
All right, so there was the one and only Trey Sermon out of Ohio State. Okay, moving on. Let's see who we've got next, and that is Chuba Hubbard out of Oklahoma State. A guy known for a huge year. What was that, 2 years ago? Ran for just about 2,000 yards, and I think he set the record for most rushing yards all time or something like that. He's up there.
I believe that was last year, Matty. Is when he
Right.
was having this year.
Yeah. 6 feet, 208 pounds. Another skinny guy. A little bit on the, not. He's actually taller than I thought he was, but he's quick. He's the fastest one of the group. Ran a 4.36. This past season, I don't know if he. I know he didn't play all year. I'm not sure if he opted out at a certain time of the year. But I know it wasn't a completely full season. But it was 625 yards with 5 touchdowns. But like I said, 2 years ago he had a monster year with I'm pretty sure he had over 2,000 yards rushing. Just a bonkers year. How do you feel, Big Al, about Chuba Hubbard?
Well, Matt, I think he's not, from what I understand, he's not the greatest blocker. I don't know if that's because of height and weight or just other factors, but he was honestly one of the most talked about running backs last year in college football, and especially with how they were ranked last year and they had a great offensive line. That's what caused him to have all those. I think he won the rushing title last year, if I'm not mistaken. And he just has good patience, good vision with the ball. He just waits for those holes to open and he'll shoot right through and he can burn you. So it looks like, and even at 6, you said 6 foot, like He's a 4.3. I mean, guys 6 foot can run that fast. That's dangerous. So he's going to be on the lookout, I think, for many teams.
Yeah, I think this is definitely one of those guys who could be great in the passing game as well. Out of the backfield is similar to McCaffrey and Kamara, like we talked about. Perfect for NFL. I think that that is exactly what you want out of an NFL running back. Somebody who's almost like a dual threat, can be just as much of a threat out of the backfield receiving as he is rushing, and I think he's definitely capable of that. As far as around, I honestly think he's probably safe in the second round, maybe like mid-second round, something like that. But that's, to me, that's kind of a sweet spot for him. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if those 40 times are correct, I think the speed will be a bit of an uprising for him. But yeah, the second round should be a good fit.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so let's take a look here at Chuba Hubbard after this ad of about 13 seconds. Man, don't you just hate commercials? They're the worst. Yeah, so he's I'm excited to see him play next year. It'd be a good back.
Wasting all of our film.
Yeah. All right, here's Chuba Hubbard.
And how come every teacher's motto is music ain't gonna do for you what college did for me? That's the problem there, see baby, I ain't you on me. Tonight I'm gonna party with the people that believe.
Second half for Oklahoma State's offense. And a handoff and straight ahead. There goes Chuba. One man to beat. Can he catch him? No. Hubbard. 84 yards. Touchdown.
Well, that put him over 200 for the third time this season.
Sure what you're going to get. Boom or bust defensively. Here's Hubbard. Breaks a tackle. Reaches for the goal line. He's in for the Oklahoma State touchdown. And 6 minutes into the game, Brock, Bedlam gonna bedlam, huh? All offense.
Never a bad day when they're around. Hubbard having a good one here. Trying to go off to the races. Chuba from Canada and beyond.
He'll get the call early and a big burst. Open field in front of him. And Chuba Hubbard will take it the distance on the first play of the day.
Third and 10, they run. Hubbard left. Texas strings it out, but he turns the corner, tight ropes, and scores. Oklahoma State carves into the lead. 1:37 to play.
Chuba, the carry. He's got a first down. Leg still turning. Chuba powers his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Chuba. First down and more. There goes Chuba. He's running free at the 20. He will not be caught. 65-yard touchdown run for Chuba Hubbard.
Shelf and West Lund. I think this is this guy's job.
Here comes a huge hole for Hubbard. Off to the races. Nobody's going to catch him. Chuba Hubbard into the end zone. 53 yards.
53-yard touchdown run for Chuba Hubbard.
The Huskies this year. First down run, a minute one more. Room service. Chuba. Gone. Leading at the tape.
Might be a breakout game.
Here's a fourth down play right here. And Hubbard is going to get his third touchdown of the season. If the flag is against Tulsa.
Successfully on this drive. They're running the option now. The pitch. Hubbard to the end zone. Touchdown.
Penalty down to the 35-yard line. And Hubbard gaping hole up the middle. Inside the 15. Legs turning for the pylon touchdown.
All right, so there he goes, Mr. Chuba Hubbard. out of Oklahoma State. One of the bigger names of this class at the running back position. So we'll see where it goes. All right. Now, moving on to the first of two running backs out of the College of North Carolina.
Chapel Hill, baby.
The University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, UNC. Yes, sir. And that is Michael Carter. The smallest guy on this list at 5'8", 199 pounds. Ran the 40 time that I found was 4.54. I don't know if you have a different one, but 5'8", 199, running a 4.54, it's actually kind of slow. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a different number out there somewhere. But ran for 1,245 yards with 9 touchdowns this past season. Big Al, is there anything? Are you as alarmed as I am from that 40 time as far as the height and weight goes?
I am mad, and I found one decimeter, or I can't tell time, so
Okay.
I had a 4.53 on the guy, not a 4.54, but
Okay.
still,
Okay.
it's around there. Yes, I am a little discouraged on that with his height,
Right.
and but he, I guess those stats are okay because he had to share the load with another running back we were going to talk about. But he's a tad. I'd say he's a tad undersized for the NFL, but that could actually be a benefit to him in a sense because he's a good screen back, and he's actually fearless. He can help. He really likes help blocking for the quarterback there. So, but Matt, in one of my two comparisons of running backs, I'm gonna compare Michael Carter to a Darren Sproles.
Okay.
Just because of the height and his fearlessness and just the ability to do screens well. So I think this is could be another 2.0 of Darren Sproles.
Interesting. As far as the height and weight goes, it does. There's a name that comes to mind, and that is the ex-Denver Broncos running back Philip Lindsay, currently with the Houston Texans. I think Lindsay could be maybe an inch or two taller than him, but I feel that 200, 199, that 200 range is probably the same weight. So, and Philip Lindsay has like, how do you put it? Like kind of like a sneaky quickness to him. I think if he ran the 40, it would be not like off the charts, but he's, sneaky quick. I feel like maybe that's the type of player we're talking about here. So, Michael Carter is definitely going to be drafted, whereas Philip Lindsay was not, an undrafted running back out of Colorado. So, I think Michael Carter has a chance of having a decent career. Don't get me wrong, but that was a kind of a discouraging mark there. So, what round do you think he'll go?
Man, I think he falls a bit. There's so many positions that need to be filled, and I'm gonna say the 4th or even late 3rd.
Okay. Yeah. See, I was actually thinking that based off of like the stats and the workload that these two UNC guys got this season, I think that they were the popular pick at the running back position in the draft, so I think that they could have gone higher, or Michael Carter could have gone higher. I was thinking late second could be a ceiling mark pre-40 time. I think that this 40 time cements him in the third round easily, like no earlier than mid-third, I think. I think that knocked him back a good bit. Maybe, like I said, maybe there's another time out there we haven't seen yet, and for his sake, hopefully there is something in the early 4.4s, something like that. I think that would put him back into the position that he was trending towards. So, okay, so let's take a look and see if we have any sneaky quickness that we're not seeing here. So let's take a look at Michael Carter out of UNC. After this 5-second ad, of course. So let's take a look in a second. All right.
That I was ballin' with, saying rap ain't finna get my ass a scholarship. And how come every teacher's motto is music ain't gonna do for you what college did for me? That's the problem there, see baby, I ain't you, I'm me. Tonight I'm gonna party with the people that believe.
First and 25, Michael Carter. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A house call on first and 25 for North Carolina as Michael Carter takes it to the end zone. 62 yards. Another North Carolina touchdown.
When you got a running back who's sending messages to big hitting safeties and then breaking tackles and going for the end zone again, this is getting ridiculous. Heels stretch the lead, and it's Carter who joins his backfield mate Williams in the end zone. Another missed tackle for Miami.
It's one thing to really appreciate and look what Mac Brown and Phil Longo's offense and these players and how they're executing.
A rare third down for Carolina. Heels need 11. Out in the flats, they'll get that and a lot more. Towards the pylon, a punishing finish for Michael Carter, and he's there for the touchdown.
Here's Carter after a 29-yard catch and run by Javonte Williams. Michael Carter caps the drive with a 16-yard touchdown run.
Look out, Carter's in the secondary and down the sidelines. It's a foot race. Can they catch him? They cannot. The Heels, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, stretch the lead. Ball moved to the 44, and once again, Carter escapes, still running yards after contact. You said it an hour ago.
On 3rd and 4, they run Carter, able to get to the outside. And Carter close to the...
And so there was Darren Sproles. I mean, Michael Carter Williams. Michael Carter Williams. I messed up a joke I was trying to do.
Different sport there, Matt.
Yes. I tried to do Darren Sproles as a joke, and then when I was finishing my joke, I did the wrong name. So, yeah, Michael Carter from North Carolina. Okay, so we are now going to transition to his teammate, Mr. Javonte Williams. Out of where, Big Al?
North Carolina, baby, the Tar Heels. You gotta love Chapel Hill.
Okay. 5'10", 220 pounds. Ran a 4.52, which, look, I mean, that's a faster time than his teammate, and he's got an extra 20 pounds and 2 inches on him, and he's still quicker. 1,140 yards with 19 rushing touchdowns. He had a mammoth of a year this past season. I definitely think this is the better of the two at North Carolina. I could see a definite... I could potentially see him sneak into the first round. Maybe. If the other two running backs get taken early and there's a team in the back end who could upgrade the running back position, or maybe just depth, I could see this happening. Javonte, late 20s. But I think early second is a good spot for him, especially because running backs in general aren't taken too high. So it would definitely, if he is first round, it would definitely be because of the fit. You know, somebody really liked him. So, Big Al, what do you think of Javonte Williams?
Well, coming from the ACC and, I know we're talking about the NFL, but the birth college of the greatest basketball player of all time.
Right.
But, as you said, he's he's taller, he's weighs more, like he's around the same 40 time. Matt, I think he's like the harder guy to bring down. Like he just uses those legs to keep yards after contact, and I think because of the height, I know not a lot of guys at this height play the slot, but I think because of even the speed, he could play a little bit in the slot, I'm thinking. He needs to block better when he transitions to the NFL, but I can see him definitely being like a, especially with his weight, maybe like a third down back or something to get you those extra yards since he's like a motor that doesn't stop running. So, good pickup here.
Okay. All right. What round are you thinking?
I know you said late first. I'm gonna take a safer bet and say second.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a look here at Javonte Williams out of North Carolina right after this quick commercial break. For just a second here, literally every video I click on has an ad. Unreal.
They know we're on the air, so they gotta.
All right, here we go.
And how come every teacher's motto is music ain't gonna do for you what college did for me? That's the problem there, see baby, I ain't you on me. Tonight I'm gonna party with the people that believe.
First down and goal, just outside the 5. They will go with Williams. Left side, breaks a tackle into the end zone, and now North Carolina starting to open this one up.
Phil Longo and Sam Howell are in some kind of zone I'm not sure the ACC has seen. Case in point, Javonte Williams, another touchdown. Tony Davis on the wrong end of that finish by Williams, who continues his scoring barrage, Kelly.
Williams bounces it again, adds to his total. He's just banging into people, still going. He's just having fun tonight. He's still running. Then dragged down inside the 20.
Javonte Williams breaks a tackle. Breaks another to the goal line. And he's in for another Carolina touchdown.
Howell with the pitch to Williams on 2nd and goal. Williams is in for his 2nd touchdown this quarter. Handing off Williams again, big hole, he cuts back inside, touchdown! Javonte Williams once again to the end zone, which he makes a serious habit of doing.
4th and goal. Williams will flank Howell in the backfield. That was Groves in motion. Play action again. Wide open for the easy touchdown. Javonte Williams. And Carolina strikes first in the battle for the bell.
One-man rush. And yes, Howell is antsy. And he got himself clear and fires a strike down the middle. And it's a touchdown for Javonte Williams.
Touchdown, Carolina.
38 yards, 17 after the catch.
Feels perfect on 4th down so far this afternoon. Can it continue? The answer is yes. There goes Williams. Williams with an easy path to the end zone for another touchdown. His 3rd of the game, his 16th this season, as he continues to pace the country in that category.
Sam Howell's got to get that ball out. Can't stand back there that long and expect the O-line to hold up.
2nd and 20. Howell, look at the time he has here. But he can't find anything downfield. And then in stride he does, and it's Williams. What a play.
And there he was. Mr. North Carolina, Javonte Williams. Okay. So now we are going to disagree. Right, Big Al?
That's right, Matt.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, a little hostile.
So there are 2 guys left here. And it is very tight race as to who the better option is. In my opinion, they're both worthy of the first round. Probably late first round, but I think they're both worthy of that late first round pick, I think. I'm going to start with Clemson running back Travis Etienne. 5'10", 205 pounds, ran a 4.4 with 914 yards rushing and 14 touchdowns on the season. Played in some huge games against very good competition over the last couple of years, with the Clemson football team being very good and playing in the playoffs each year and, national championship, things like that. Big Al, give me the tail of the tape for Mr. Travis Etienne.
Matt, this guy, to me, lightning in a bottle.
Oh. That's
the first phrase.
Okay.
He's also a receiving back because of that speed that he has. Average height for a running back, about 200 pounds. He needs to work on his ball control. He did cause a lot of fumbles throughout the last couple of years, and that is an issue. And but other than that, Matt, I really think he's the forgotten running back, because until another guy that we were going to talk about came along strong in the last year or so, everyone was thinking, Travis would be top 10 type of pick. So I think he's the forgotten guy, and I think he's going to show people why I would put him at number 1. But I think I have to agree. I will give it to you, though. I think the other guy that we're going to talk about will go before him, but I still love this guy. I think he's going to be explosive everywhere. So I like Travis.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, kind of like the guy that you don't want to see in the open field. Give him some room, and he could be 70-yard touchdown waiting to happen. So he could, like you said, lightning in a bottle. Definitely a playmaker at the running back position. So, all right, and let's take a look. I mean, maybe we've got some of those lightning plays right here. So let's take a look here at Travis Etienne after these 2 ads.
Oh, now they want to pull 2 on us. You know what?
It's bonkers. You can't get away from it. It's nuts.
You gotta write an email or something. Come on.
And how come every teacher's motto is music ain't gonna do for you what college shit for me? That's the problem there, see baby, I ain't you on me. Tonight I'm gonna party with the people that believe.
They forced a couple of turns over of the ball for Clemson.
Here is Etienne bouncing through tackles, keeps his feet. Travis scores. First explosive play of the day we've seen from Travis Etienne.
Etienne gets the edge again. And Etienne takes on the sidelines. Did he step out? He's still running all the way to the end zone. Travis Etienne. "72 yards as he tight ropes down the sidelines."
Third down, trying to find some leverage on the outside, and Etienne stays on his feet and finds the end zone. What an athletic play to maintain balance. Travis Etienne finds pay dirt.
True freshman quarterback now sensing pressure off the edge. They come after him, and smartly gets it to Etienne, and off to the end zone goes Travis Etienne.
Etienne stopped initially, bounces outside, and scores standing up. And the Tigers stretch the lead in the first play of the second quarter. From the shotgun, Etienne will make the first down and breaks free. Forget the first down, he's got a touchdown, and the Tigers pouring it on.
You figured, Kirk, today he might remind everybody how great he is after being bottled up in that game in South Bend.
Here's Etienne at the 5 and touchdown. Second rushing score of the day for Etienne. Great tonight. Clemson for the lead. Uiagalelei on the give. The run for Etienne into the end zone. And Clemson has come back from down 13 to take the lead in South Bend.
2nd and 4. Clemson looking to take the lead, and Etienne will do it.
And there was Mr. Travis Etienne. You weren't wrong with lightning in a bottle on that guy. He is a highlight reel, I'll tell you what. Okay, now, to finish this up, we are going to go with a national champion out of the University of Alabama. Roll Tide, Mr. Najee Harris. 6'2", 230 pounds, a 40 time of 4.45, ran for 1,466 yards with 26 rushing touchdowns.
Matt, you act like that's good. Like, I can do that in my sleep. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen 26 touchdowns in what feels like forever. But yeah. I think Chuba Hubbard had over 20 his big year. But anyway, Najee Harris is almost... He reminds me of... Oh, man. Just name a big back with any success in NFL history. Like, big back. Like Jerome Bettis, like like a fast Jerome Bettis, like Steven Jackson, like, Marshall Faulk, like these guys who, like, the total package of agility, speed, size, strength, all of this stuff. Like, I just feel he's the total package. Now, to compare further beyond this class, I don't think he is quite up there with, like, Saquon Barkley. I think Saquon Barkley was your prototype. I think he was the top-notch, what you want from a running back coming from college into the pros. I think he had all the tools. I think Najee Harris has a bunch of tools. I don't think he's on that level, but still a great running back. I think anybody from Alabama, for some reason, seems to, at least running backs, seem to get a whole lot of reps, a whole lot of carries, a whole lot of action on the field. And there's really only been one guy out of all those running backs, great running backs, to sustain that production at the next level in the NFL, and that's Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's probably the only guy that I've seen, and he's a freaking monster. The only guy that I've seen who I remember games at Alabama for Derrick Henry where he was carrying over 40 times a game. And he kept that going with the Titans. Like he would, like he still has monster carries with the Titans. So could be the exception to the rule. And we'll see if Najee Harris can also be the exception. But yeah, I think he's gonna do great. What do you think, Najee Harris?
Oh boy. All right.
Oh boy.
Matt, 6'2",
Yeah.
tall.
Yep.
230 pounds. Power back.
Yep.
With trucking and leaping ability, as most of you probably saw his leaping ability in the playoff last year. I think I jumped out of my chair and said, wow, after that play. Like, I think we all did. So, and then back in 2019, he averaged 6 yards per carry. So, like, if you need a first down, like, just give it to him on 1st and 10, and you only need a couple yards. So, like, that's telling you how reliable he can be running the ball, and he can be an every down back, and especially toward the goal line. Matt, it's funny that you mentioned the Tennessee Titans, because you mentioned a few players that you're trying to compare them to, and I get that, but let me bring up another one coming your way, and it's involving the Titans, and it's involving my Dallas Cowboys, America's team, and for a little bit the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm talking of a comparison of DeMarco Murray.
Oh. Okay.
How do you like that?
That's an interesting pool. Okay.
DeMarco with all three teams, he had that trucking ability. Like, he just ran through people, and he was pretty quick. He could jump. He could, he could do everything that Najee's doing right now. So, I'm liking that comparison with DeMarco Murray, and I do believe, like I said, as much as I love Travis, I believe Najee will be the first running back to go.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. All right. So let's take a look here at the one and only Najee Harris out of Alabama. Roll Tide after these two ads.
That I was ballin' with, saying rap ain't finna get my ass a scholarship. And how come every teacher's motto is music ain't gon' do for you what college did for me? That's the problem there, see baby, I ain't you, I'm me. Tonight I'm gonna party with the people that believe.
Very athletic family. His parents tennis players. Dad played professional tennis. Gordon. Here's Najee Harris. Inside the 5. Inside the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Back on top with 10 minutes to go.
Waddle working his way back. It seems like he might be available for the national championship game in 11 days. Hurdling is Harris. And now running down the sideline. And he's chopped out of bounds.
That's just unbelievable. First of all, it looked like he was going to lose yardage on the play. He bounces it outside and then instinctively goes right over McLeod and turns it into a huge run.
Slade Bolden in motion. Here's the throw. Najee Harris made a man miss. And touchdown, Alabama. He does it again.
A reverse spin just as he catches it.
Leo Billingsley, number 19, another tight end in motion. Najee Harris inside the 10, the 5, the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. The 18th rushing touchdown for number 22.
13 seconds, time for 2 plays.
From the 17, Jones loads over the middle, compete. Najee Harris, touchdown, Alabama. Najee Harris again.
Alabama should not have had time to run this play. Poor clock management by Florida.
Najee, the tailback in an eye. He gets the carry.
Cuts back and gets the touchdown. Najee Harris, second score of the day. And the Tide back in front.
Ole Miss crowds the line, and Najee Harris runs right by them again. Inside the 10, lunging for the pylon. And it's a touchdown for Alabama.
Forrestal coming off a career-high 6 catches for 52 yards last week. His first one got him down close, and Najee Harris gets him to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
How about this line? Off balance to the left with only one right guard. Harris hurdles. Flag on the play to the 20. And a little bit of a stiff arm to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama, if it stands. 42 yards for Najee Harris.
Jones pumps and fires and has his man, Najee Harris. Touch.
And so there he was, Mr. Najee Harris from Alabama. Definitely could be a star. Could be a star at the next level. We'll see where he goes. And a bunch of these guys I feel like could be very interesting depending on the team. You know, where they land specifically could change all of our talk pretty much. So that about wraps it up here for the 2021 draft class running back edition. Now, next week, we will finally wrap up the position-specific episodes with the big time, the most important position in football. That's right, the quarterbacks. The most talked about position in this year's draft class by far. I mean, it's not even close. There's a bunch of quarterbacks at the top of this draft, and it should be very interesting as to see how we cover them next week. So, for me, Big Al.
Thanks, guys. Looking forward to next week, and I'm sorry you got to wait a week, but the quarterback should be fun. I'm thinking 1 through 5. How about that?
Right.
Just all 5 go at once. So.
Oh, okay.
Get ready.
Yeah, interesting. All right.
All right, guys.
Peace.
See you next week.